What's going on, everybody? Welcome to your daily astrology horoscope for Thursday, July 14th, 2022. Astrologer Brian Scarborough here, fixed air moon, keeping the collective fixed on astrology. Hope everybody's doing well coming off that full moon in Capricorn. Definitely some big energy that was. I liked it. I felt very alive, but a lot of energy. Hope everybody's doing well. Let's take a look at the astrology for today. We've got that moon fresh into Aquarius for the day. Definitely having us, I think, take a lot of these downloads that we got from that full moon and kind of get objective and kind of look at the inventive side of life and look at how we can connect to what they were, but it might be in different ways, trying to find that uniqueness. Maybe, feeling a little like disconnected from reality in some ways too, but like also trying to integrate back into it. It's going to square Mars and Taurus. So I think that's where it is about that, like, okay, like we kind of got to initiate things in life. We could be a little emotionally testy or kind of disconnected, kind of distant, especially from the things that we don't want to put our energy into right now. They feel like they're emotionally taxing. I feel like anger, people get kind of angry right now if they're not seeing what they want. But I think it's important to remember with Mars and Taurus, like, let's slow down. Let's be patient. Like, it's okay to take a step back and be the observer in life. Be the observer and just see what's going on before maybe taking that, like, super big risk today. Or, going out and just being extremely impulsive for something, especially if it doesn't, like, really feel like it holds, like, emotional value to you, and if it doesn't feel like it's really connecting you and integrating you into the reality and the things in life that you want to put your effort into. But you could definitely see some emotions flare up with the moon square Mars. It will come off of that square and sextile Jupiter, though, in Aries. So, this is definitely asking us to be free. This is definitely asking us to do what we want to do in life. Like, let's go rebel into the things in life that we really want to initiate, but maybe not the impulsive things or the things that don't hold weight, but like, the bigger stories, the greatness that kind of can really show up. Like, how can you get on your Mount Olympus right now and disconnect from the things that are not of that? And I think that'll bring you into a sense of self. That'll bring you into a lot of like where the story that you want to see or that you're building or these tracks that you're laying, like it'll actually show that like that vision has purpose, and it's going to feel good when you're doing the things that light you up and disconnecting from the things that don't, especially coming off that Mars square where we can be pretty testy or really want things, to go our way emotionally, and maybe they will, maybe they won't, but it is definitely a good activation and a good checkpoint to see what's real and what really wants to be, fully integrated into your life right now. Sun's at 22 degrees of Cancer. Mercury's getting really close. They're going to come within 2 degrees orb today. So we are starting to build up on, it is the Earth in the middle of the chart. The Sun and Mercury are actually opposing each other. So, it's putting the Earth and our consciousness and our, minds and our environments and in between worlds a little bit here, in between this emotional understanding, in between, really initiating based on our feelings, but getting caught in the mind. But I think we do want to remember that we want to be present enough in the moment to at least respond and react to the things that are, showing us the direction we really want to go. I mean, I feel like life has to have like something really positive right now, just within your gut response. And then that's just boom. Like, it's like all these doors have these potential to swing open with like a lot of power, and I think that it gives you a lot of power to initiate based on that. But I do think we're still in this place where our mind is tricking us into feeling some type of way about a certain situation in life, and I think that we're getting ready to have a better understanding, but we can still be further away than we think. From the Earth's point of view, it looks like everything's in the same spot, but it's actually, I'm sorry, I got that backwards the first time. It's the Sun in the middle of the chart with Mercury behind it. So we can't see Mercury anymore. It's behind the Sun. So, we can be a little, in some ways, lost mentally, but I think that moon in Aquarius is also having us, have emotional, integrity, take emotional intelligence in many ways, so that we can actually figure out what's going on inside and, make the proper changes to our home life, our personal life, the things in life that we are trying to really build up and fortify and have a good, strong base. And a lot of it, I think, is getting back into our body. And that Aquarius moon can want to kind of detach from the body a little bit and kind of go up into its little spaceship world, which is fine to go do that. I think that might be necessary to get out of some like heated or testy waters. But then we kind of come back with that great, Jupiter sextile. And I think that's extremely positive, especially when it's about full connection to the instinctual gut impulse that you do understand. And instead of trying to just figure things out mentally, it's almost like the body is really going to know. So what's bringing your body stress? Because this moon square Mars is definitely like a little bit of stress on our body. It's a time for risk and reward after that full moon in Capricorn, but it's also, calculated based on how you truly feel. So we don't want to discount our feelings. It is Cancer season as well. So I think we can think that there's these big responsibilities, but maybe we get objective enough to see the bigger picture today to act impulsively for the strong gut hell yes, and not just for, oh, okay. And I think that'll make, life a little bit easier today. North Node Uranus are getting closer and closer every day. That North Node's getting ready to come to 19 degrees. So just keep seeing what this reality is trying to throw at you. And Mercury's coming off the sextile to that energy. It's about to sextile the North Node and make that trine over to the South Node. So there is more of this mental capacity to understand what the body is really feeling it wants, how to initiate based on that, and how to really get these really great insights into what future you're putting yourself into. So I feel like a lot of this is about really positioning yourself in a timeline that you want to be in. And that moon in Aquarius is really going to help get us into that timeline individually. But it's almost like there's testy things other places that are like, is this just like little universal tests? Hey, is this really what you want? Like a little double check. And even Venus is kind of going both sides here in Gemini. Like, it's like, oh, I really feel like I'm into this, or this feels great. This is bringing a lot of beauty into my life, or these relationships are great. But then there's the other twin of Gemini that's like, oh gosh. And it's coming off a square to Neptune. So there's just, there's confusion, but at the same time, there's not, because it's almost like at this point today, it's like, oh, that was really clear with that heavy full moon energy, like what I want to build with in life and what I want to be accountable for and what I don't. And if it's not stimulating in the right ways in my personal life and in my relationship life and with money, like, is it real? And I think we might be getting to see if it is more real or not. But that Venus is going to quincunx Pluto, which is definitely getting to the root of a lot of these, I think, bigger decisions and desires that we are having and what makes sense. And it's hard to figure it out because not that much can make a whole lot of sense mentally right now. And I think we can want to base our values off of mental stimulation, but we're just playing mental gymnastics with ourselves. And, that can be a good workout sometimes, but is it serving you, and is it showing you value, and is it taking you into your future, and is it kind of, throwing you up into the heavens, or is it kind of kicking you down into the dirt? We'll know more tomorrow when the moon squares Uranus and finishes off the day with Saturn. And I will say too that I think a lot of the integrations from that full moon definitely come on the third quarter square, which will be July 20th. Because it'll be in a T-square in Aries at 27 degrees with Pluto and the Sun. So there's a major, that's going to be a major integration point. And Mercury will be past the Sun, so it'll be caught up with the heart. And I think we'll have a better understanding of these emotional desires that will really light up our heart, light up our personal life, show us the value, and show us where we're getting accelerated into really positive things without, feeling like everything might be, harsh. Today definitely has a sharpness to it. It can feel like things are getting cut away, but again, it's an acceleration into better things. And I think the more objective and the more you can look at the bigger picture, the more you'll see that to be true in your day-to-day life, because there's doors that are trying to open. And I think as long as you're paying attention to the big picture, you will see every door you're meant to walk through. And hopefully, you have the courage to walk through it today, whatever might show up in that way. Sending you all my best, as always. Let's see what the cards have to say. That new chart's kind of cool. Shout out to Chris Brennan for making that design. I just got Solar Fire on my PC, and it's a trip of a program coming from Astro Gold to Solar Fire, because Astro Gold is so easy, and Solar Fire's there's a lot going on. You can just make custom sheets, and you can do so much. It's kind of crazy. But messing around with that software a little bit has been fun and frustrating all at the same time. 7 of Swords. Need to watch out where we're tricking ourselves, or definitely seeing that trickster or not truthful energy show up that's trying to manipulate our minds. I think the more you're in your heart, more you're in your body and feeling what you really want from that place, you probably won't get duped or tricked. 3 of Wands upright. It's about looking out at all the big doors that are out there for you. This great vast story, all these amazing things that you can connect to and that you can put your effort and energy into, that will bring about this great adventure, bring about this great story and adventure that is really something that's not a trick and not an illusion, but does hold this stimulating truth to it. I think it is definitely a day to look big, like galactic big, like all the possibilities that can really come to manifest in physical form, and take the download and what that integration, and I said integration so many times during this video, but that's like, integration is the word of the day. Like, take that and go off on the journey with it. Oh, and the 4 of Wands came right after that. So very nice. There's a big celebration, a lot of happiness, maybe a homecoming, feeling like maybe you're able to really come back to your body in a way that's very connected and very, pure, but also objective and smart, where you're trusting your body, you're trusting your feelings, and frustrating situations aren't even an issue, because you're seeing the prize, you're seeing the big goal and the happiness and the joy that can come. And what you're really bonding yourself to right now is very important. So make sure you're putting that really good bonding energy into a really positive place of creative potential, and not focusing your mind on whatever else is bringing some kind of destruction or intensity that you don't want to be a part of. That's probably part of the lies. Love you all very much. Hope you have a beautiful Thursday, and I'll see you all for Friday's horoscope tomorrow. Much love. Peace.